Marhay na aldaw, my dear grade 10 students. Maray na pita sa atin nga min. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Sir Francis P. Molina from Santa Ustina National High School, Santa Ustina, Buhi, Camarines Sur, and I will be your teacher for today. Today, we will be having our lesson that will make us truly proud of our own place, the place where we live, our hometown. Before we formally start our lesson, let us have first our objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to: letter A, enumerate the different cultural heritage and icons of locality in their municipality. Letter B, show appreciation on the significance of studying the cultural heritage in the place they live. And letter C, come up with a short vlog of one of the cultural heritages in their municipality. Next, we have the motivation questions. First one, how well do you know our municipality? Next, what are the old structures and infrastructures here in Buhi, Camarines Sur? Next, do you know the story of each structure? Next, do you know a folk story in our locality? Then, do we have a festival here in our municipality, the Buhi, Camarines Sur? Next, what makes Buhi, Camarines Sur known to many people? So, based on the questions you answered, what do you think is the topic that we will be having for today? Yes, that's correct. Buhi, Camarines Sur, Cultural Heritage and Icons of Locality is our lesson for today. The municipality of Buhi is a first-class, world-class municipality of the 5th District or Rinconada District in the province of Camarines Sur, Region 5, Bicol, Philippines. According to the census, it has a population of more than 80,000 people, composed of 38 barangays with a land area of 246.65 square kilometers. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Lake Buhi is home to the world's smallest edible fish, locally known as sinarapan, with the scientific name of Mystitis luzonensis. The mayor of municipality of Buhi, Camarines Sur is Honorable Ray P. Lacoste. Next, we have the congressman of 5th District of Camarines Sur, Honorable Miguel Loes R. Villafuerte. Provincial Governor of the province of Camarines Sur, Honorable Vincenzo Renato Luigi R. Villafuerte. Here is the flag, the seal or the official seal or logo of Buhi, Camarines Sur, and of course the map of Camarines Sur, including the Buhi, Camarines Sur municipality. Buhinon language. For example, bawal mag-umot nin kiniskis nin isra ag bitoka sa pangpang. In English, this is do not throw scaled fishes and their organs in the lake. So, the Buhinon language is the mother tongue of the majority of the population, especially those residing around the lake area with Rinconada Bicol as its first language, especially the folks residing on the eastern part of the municipality near Irigas City. Buhinon is classified as a lone language and the only one used in the province of Camarines Sur. Buhinon, the Albay Bicol languages, and Rinconada Bicol are members of Inland Bicol group of languages and share common vocabulary. Let's proceed to the brief history of the municipality of Buhi, Camarines Sur. According to many, the town known today as Buhi began a small settlement of refugees fleeing the outrage of Mayon volcano hundreds of years ago. These people founded a permanent settlement in an area close to the lake and flourished as time passed. The first settlement is at Marayag, a place by the lake in present-day Barangay San Buenaventura. Buhi, the town's name and said to be derived from the said catastrophic occurrence, is written in various forms in Spanish records as Buy, 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 Buchi, and finally Buhi. It is believed that the name of the town is from the native word Nakabuhi, which means escaped. Available historical references and chronicles of priors and native historians recorded that on April 49 of 1578, Captain Pedro de Chavez and Father Tomas Francisco and some members of the Spanish exploring party discovered and founded Buhi, Camarines Sur. Cultural heritage of Buhi, Camarines Sur and its icons of locality. We have the legend of Sarikaw. Sarikaw is a Buhinon folktale of a man with his faithful dog hunting at the lower southwestern shoulder of Asug Mountain, whose according to stories was enchanted and turned to a stone by the Encanto for hunting in the Forbidden Realm. The lone standing monolith structure at the ridge of Mount Asug is reckoned by the locals and indigenous people living in the vicinity to be the disposition that the story did exist in the ancient times of the town. An image or sculpture of Sarikaw and his dog is located at the main entrance of the municipality of Buhi Camarines as if guarding the constituents of Buhi Camarines. The monolith located at the ridge, the foot ridge of Mount Asug. And of course, the statue of Sarikaw and his dog located at the main entrance of Buhi Camarines. We have the Pamuntugan Golden Bell. According to the folklore, there was a giant bell made of gold, now known as Pamuntugan Bell. It was believed that the wealthiest man, Don Silverio Arcilla, commissioned the Golden Bell. The bell became prominent to nearby places until reached the attention of the Moro pirates. To safeguard the town from the pirates, the bell was submerged in the waters of the lake, so no one can ever locate it while the townspeople went into hiding. From then on, the Golden Bell was nowhere to be found. Legend of Buhi Lake. Long time ago, when the world was young, there flourished a beautiful and prosperous town in what is now the lake. The people of the town were contented, happy, and peaceful, for they had all what they needed. They were very industrious, they were loving, humble, and hospitable, and much more, they were religious. Being in a state of plenty, the people became lavish and luxurious. They began indulging in vices and frivolous, abandoning the religious duties and being kind-hearted individuals. They were punished by sending a very strong typhoon, resulting to heavy rain that caused extreme flooding in the entire town while they were sleeping. Is Lake Buhi with the Mount Asog. Let's proceed to the Sinarapan Festival. Sinarapan Festival is the festival in Buhi. The festival is celebrated annually in Buhi, Camarines Sur. Then, Sinarapan is known to the world as the smallest edible fish, and its purpose is to showcase the abundance of them in the area. Activities are lined up, highlighted by the float competition, street dancing, and more. Here are the street dancing performances during the Sinarapan Festival. Next, we have the indigenous tribe in Buhi, Camarines Sur. The Agtas reside east of Lake Buhi in southern Camarines Sur, Bicol region. One of the endangered Negrito populations whose numbers are dwindling at a very rapid pace. The tribe faces extinction in the near future unless drastic steps are taken to preserve their language and culture. As of now, the Agtas are protected by the NCIP or National Commission of Indigenous Peoples. Okay, they are the Agtas of Buhi Camarines Sur. As you notice, they are wearing their native clothes. So, at the same time, they are collecting the so-called bibi or bugitis in Buhi Camarines Sur. There is a shellfish in swamp, wherein there is the handloom of Buhi, or handloom in Buhi Camarines Sur. The weavers of Buhi Camarines Sur call their product of their handloom weaving as inabul. No one knows exactly how long weaving has been around in Buhi. Then they consider weaving as a way of life. It's a craft passed on generation to generation. Historically, the weavers of Buhi used abaca fiber as raw material to produce clothing. As of now, they use modern materials to keep the industry alive. Okay, we have here the boat shuttle for weaving, the threads in the handloom machine, the finished product, and the handloom machine. So, let's proceed to Rizal Park. Buhi Rizal Park, where the original St. Francis of Assisi Church stood. On 1680, under Father Simon de Salamanca, it was built with light and impermanent material which were eventually razed by fire. It was then when church transferred to its present location. Afterwards, Rizal Park was built in the vacated place and still standing at present. Here is the Buhi Rizal Park where the original church stood. So there are events or activities happening on. Here is the Buhi Rizal Park where the original church stood. Next, we have the St. Francis of Assisi Church. The present church was built by Reverend Angel Malombre from 1870 to 1884. St. Francis is one of the patron saints of the church. The other is St. Anthony of Padua. Here, the new church of St. Francis of Assisi and the old one. Another one is the Lumang Parola. Parola, situated at the Purong Kaabangan or the shore of the Lake Buhi and near one of the lake tributaries, Rinaga River. Parola has been a beholder of the town's changes over many years. The old upward structure served in the past years as a lighthouse of early fishermen and travelers during nighttime along the lake. The Parola is said to have been built between 1923 and 1931 when Don Gregorio Piñoso was the town's chief executive. Next, we have Nakabuhi Statue Park. The Nakabuhi Park, by the amazing Buhi Camarines Sur, it memorializes in sculpture an important event in Buhi history. The escape of a group of Albayanos from the wrath of Mayon eruption. Those escapees, or Nakabuhi, formed the first settlement at Marayag, a place by the lake in present-day Barangay San Buenaventura. Buhi, the town's name, and said to have been derived from the said catastrophic occurrence, is written in various forms in Spanish records as Buhi, Buy, Buhi, Buhi, and finally Buhi. Then we have Lake Buhi. Lake Buhi is a lake found in Buhi, Camarines Sur in the Philippines. It has an area of 18 square kilometers or 6.9 square miles and has an average depth of 8 meters or 26 feet. The lake lies in a valley formed by two ancient volcanoes, Mount Iriga, also known as Mount Asug, and Mount Malinao. It was created in 1641 when an earthquake caused a side of Mount Asug to collapse. The resulting landslide created a natural dam that blocked the flow of nearby streams. Another theory suggests that it was created by the eruption of Mount Asug, which is now dormant. The lake is famous since it is one of the few bodies of water that contains sinarapan or Mystitis luzonensis, which is the smallest or world's smallest commercially harvested fish. Today, the lake is the main source of water supply for the National Power Corporation or hydroelectric plant. The power plant, which was founded in 1952, generates an average of 2.8 megawatts. It is also used by the National Irrigation Administration to irrigate at least 100 square kilometers or 39 square miles of the Rinconada towns located downstream in Iriga City. We have Sinarapan. So, this is considered as a natural heritage here in Buhi, Camarines Sur. Sinarapan, whose scientific name is Mystitis luzonensis, was first discovered way back 1902 and was described as the smallest fish or vertebrate in the world. Extensive research showed that the biggest specimen only grew as big as 15 millimeters with an average length of only 12.5 millimeters. Tales and origin of Sinarapan is common knowledge in the town of Buhi to elementary pupils. One legend has it that Sinarapan came from the Pomelo popped spot in the lake by a fisherman's then pregnant wife that lived in a hut or stilts by the Buhi lake. Later on in this history, The pomelo pups were transformed by ancestral god into tiny fishes that thrive in the waters of the lake, presently known as sinarapan, as an answer to the fisherman's plaint. A live sinarapan is transparent with its large black eyes at its only color and average length of 12.5 mm. The word sinarapan, which means the one which has been shifted, is an endonym derived by the locals of Buhi from the way the fish is caught using a sarap. A sarap is a Y-shaped fine meshed net made from bamboo stalks and fine mesh net. Sinarapan can be found in swarms near the shoreline of the lake up to about where the water is 10 to 20 meters deep. Then we have the Buhi Old Municipal Building. Buhi Old Municipal Building, built during the American colonization period in 1914. The Old Municipal Building, or as it was widely called the Lumang Municipio, has always been known as the symbol of power and governance for the Buhinuns. It has been a silent witness of the leadership in Buhi since its construction until today. It served as the seat of power in the town until the 1980s, when the construction of the municipal building was completed. According to the accounts of several people, a part of the building was destroyed during the bombing in 1942 at the peak of World War II. Its rehabilitation commenced in 1986 through the direct financial assistance of former President Corazon C. Aquino, when Honorable Crispin S. Mercurio was the municipal mayor. The rehabilitation was completed in 1988, during which time Honorable Jose Y. Meseda was the elected mayor. At present, it is still of use at his house or houses several administrative offices such as the local Philippine National Police and the Municipal Trial Court. It is situated next to the Buhi Fire Protection Station and is overlooking Buhi Social Terrace. The old municipio is notable for its vintage architecture and the artworks that are on display in it. One particular art piece inside is the bas-relief of the front door, which immediately greets people who set foot in the building. So, those are the cultural heritage and icons of Buhi Camarnesur. So, let us now proceed to your activity. It is entitled Choose One. Form 5 groups. Each group will choose one from the different cultural heritages of Buhi, then discuss the reason of choosing that particular cultural heritage to the class. For our rubrics, we have contents, quality of work, time, and presentation. The perfect score would be 5 points, with some errors, 3 points, and 1 point for need more time to finish the task or need extra effort to achieve a good presentation. Then, we have our analysis. With the same group, write an essay or analyzation for the cultural heritage discussed. Then, give their connection, significance, and benefits to the present time in the conclusion. So, we are following the format. We have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And writing the cultural heritage of Buhi Camarnesur. So, for our abstraction, you will be enumerating the different cultural heritage in Buhi district by group presentation. Then, you will be telling the importance of each cultural heritage mentioned. And the last one, on number 3, what do you think is the thing we must do to preserve our cultural heritage? So, let us proceed to the application. Same groups of the students, once again, they will be choosing one from the cultural heritage tackled. You can choose another from the choices. Then, you will be writing a script for your group vlog. And after that, presentation will follow. So, same rubrics we'll be using. For evaluation, this is the continuation of the application task. Come up with a vlog or video presentation of your chosen cultural heritage. Observance of the rubrics will be monitored. Finally, for your assignment class, direction, look for other cultural heritage in our locality which is not mentioned in the discussion. Provide concrete evidence for your discoveries. Include pictures and write-ups if necessary. So good luck, class. That would be all. I hope you learned a lot from our lesson. Once again, this is Francis P. Molina from Santa Justina National High School, Buhi Camarnesur. Now signing off. Thank you and God bless.